Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the recent drop that India has observed in the Henley Passport Index. As compared to the earlier ranks, now India's rank have dropped to 85th. So let us try to understand what is the Henley Passport Index and what does this drop refer to and how it will be disadvantageous for the Indian travelers. So first of all, if you look at and compare the ranking of India from the last year. In the last year, the India's rank was 80th globally. So from 80th to 85, the 5-point of drop that we have seen. On the other hand, Singapore is having a first rank in the second consecutive year. If you compare with the neighboring countries such as Pakistan and Bangladesh, the Pakistan rank stood at 103rd, which is 2 points lower than 101st in 2024, while Bangladesh rank is 100, which was 97th in 2024. So what is the Henley Passport Index? Now this index is created by Henley and Partners, an organization, and as per this particular index, it is today in the world only one of its kind that takes exclusive data from the organization IATA, which is International Air Transport Authority. And based on the data from the International Air Transport Authority, it try to then rank 119 different passport and 227 different travel destinations. And the standard references tool for global citizens and sovereign state when assessing where a passport ranks on the global mobility spectrum is something that is how we can define this particular index. So basically, by looking at the ranking on this index, what you can understand is that how easier it is for a person holding that particular passport to travel outside of the country. It basically shows that how easier it is for a citizen of particular country to get the visa or maybe enter into another country without having any particular kind of visa or such kind of travel authorization document. In this context, if you look at the changing position of India, it was year 2006 from when India has been ranked on this particular index. So that year its rank was 71, and from there we can see a kind of fluctuation it has observed. And since 2020, if you see, India's rank began to improve. It reached 80 in 2024, but again has dropped to 85 in the year 2025. So these are how we can understand the changes, a kind of zigzag kind of curve, a figure that you can see, showing that there is a no set trend in which India's rank is increasing or decreasing. There is a wide scale fluctuation both upside and downside. Now the fall in the passport rank, if we talk about as per this particular report, so out of the 199 countries that the Henley index rank, only 22 of them have shown a kind of decline in their rank or falling down of their rank, and this is something that is true for the decade between 2015 to 2025. In this context, the country which has recorded the steepest decline in its rank is Venezuela, that is a South American country. And interestingly, at the second number, you have the United States of America. The rank of United States of America has declined from second to ninth position. That means in the year 2025, it was at second position in the passport rank, and now it is ninth position. So this is a very significant decline, largely because of the changing geopolitical relationship and the tensions that the country has. Third is Vanuatu, which is again a small island country. Its position has declined from 48th to 54, a 6-point drop. At the fourth number, you have the Great Britain, whose position have declined from first position to fifth position. And to conclude in the fifth, we have the Canada, whose position have declined from fourth to seventh. So in the last one decade, these are the 5 countries which have seen steepest decline or what we can say maximum decline in the overall passport ranking. If you talk about the top ranking countries in this particular index, so many countries have remained at the top from many years. And one example of that is Singapore. It has remained in the top 5 for several years. So this year also Singapore is having the strongest passport. That means the citizen of Singapore or the passport holder of Singapore can travel without any kind of visa to the highest number of countries. At the second number, you have the Japan, other East Asian countries. Third is a Scandinavian country, Finland, then France, Germany, Italy, South Korea, Spain, Austria, etc. So that is how we can understand the top 10 countries on the Henley Passport Index, and most of these, as you can see, are from the European Union, and 2 countries are from the Asia, Singapore and Japan, as well as South Korea. 3 countries from Asia, remaining all 7 countries we can see is from the European Union as far as the passport strength is concerned. Now, the question might be coming into your mind that on what basis the Henley decides the passport rank as well as the score of the countries. So, in this context, it has clearly stated its methodology, where it gives the rank on a value 1 if a country enjoys such kind of status where its citizens or passport holder do not require visa. For example, let's suppose today for the citizens or the passport holders of India, 10 countries are such which do not need any kind of visa. That means for every 10 country, 1 point or 1 value will be assigned. So the total score of India will be 10. Similarly, if countries also grant visa on arrival, a visitor's permit or an electronic travel authorization or authority, then also 1 value is assigned to them. So let us say again for India, apart from these 10 countries which are giving visa free access, there are 10 other countries which are either giving visa on arrival, a visitor permit or ETA, then further 10 points can be added in India's score. And similarly, if the countries do not require pre-departure government approval, then also same score is added. And then the number of countries falling into any of these 3 categories are calculated. 1 value is assigned for each of these countries, and then you'll have the total score. Similarly, a score also can be 0 if these conditions are fulfilled. If suppose for Indian passport holder, suppose there are 60 countries which require visa. I'm just giving an example, this is not the real number, but let us suppose that 60 countries are there who require visa for the Indian passport holders, then 1 score, 0 score will be given for those countries. So again for 60 you will have 0. Then a government approved electronic visa, even if that is required, again your score will become 0. And if you need some kind of pre-departure government approval before you can get visa on arrival, then also your score will be 0. So basically what is being done here, the score is, let us suppose 30, 10, 10, 10, and here then you have the remaining total 170 countries. So on all of those countries, or with regard to all of those countries, you get a score of 0. So the total score of India in this example that we have considered will come to be 30. Now this is something that is different if you talk about the top holders or top passport ranking countries such as Singapore. So obviously in the case of Singapore, the countries will fall, higher number of countries will fall in the first 3 categories and very less number of countries will fall into the second categories. That is why the score of Singapore is very higher in this case. And if you try to understand and compare India's situation with the China, so again if you look at the 2006, at that time China's rank was 78, India's rank was also, we have discussed, was 7 in the 70s. So since then it has declined, then it has increased, again it has declined. But at least since year 2015, what we can largely see is a trend where the improvement in the Chinese passport rank has clearly been observed. So from the low of 94th in 2015, today its passport rank stands at 60, which is significantly higher than India. That means what basically it conveys to us, that today the Chinese citizens or Chinese passport holder can travel outside of the country in much more easier way as compared to an Indian passport holders. That means for travel related, visa related requirement, Chinese people or Chinese citizens will have to worry less. So in the present data, if you look at from the Henley Passport Index, it says that as of now, total 57 countries are there for which India either do not require visa, or they get visa on arrival, or they get electronic travel authorization. The most of these countries or the major countries are listed here, starting from Angola, Barbados. You can see the names here. And most recently, 2 countries have added India under its visa waiver program. These are also one of the most popular destinations for Indian tourists. These are Thailand and Malaysia. So now if you're going for Thailand or going to Malaysia, you do not need to have either visa on arrival, or you do not need to have any kind of electronic travel authorization or e-visa. You can directly go there and have get entry without any kind of visa. So that is how we can understand the situation where the improvement we have seen in the rank of China, but we have seen a decline in the passport rank of India. So that is all about this particular video. Thank you very much.